Operating mobile is a time-honored tradition in the ham radio hobby. It is the perfect intersection of a hobby built on ingenuity with the constraints of adapting our equipment to a platform that was never intended to be such a host. Once buoyed by some initial success, our minds wander and desires expand. What else can we do here? How can we make it better, more useful, more compact, more, well, to be honest, spouse and family friendly? This month, we take advantage of a lull in the pandemic to gather outdoors and do what hams do best: show off what we've done, talk about challenges remaining, but mostly to see each other in person again, some for the first time. Enjoy. The two problems I had, one is there's nothing metal on the outside of the car for ground.
Yeah, I remember that was your challenge.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number three problems. Number two, there's no place to put it anyway, even if it was. And the third problem is the only power I can get access to without drilling major holes is only got 8 amps or 12 volts. And 8 amps and 12 volts will fry if you put a mobile rig and happen to bump the high power button, right? And so what I ended up doing is I've got a QRP rig in here.
Oh,
that is a Yaesu 818. The maximum it'll ever draw is 2.5 amps. And it puts out 6 watts.
That's amazing.
And it's got a battery internal, so I can take the whole thing out and
take the brick with you and go.
There's a one power pole in the back of the thing.
Okay.
I pull that off. I take the whole thing home with a Raspberry Pi on the bottom part of it here.
Okay.
That I can do APRS with all the HF digital modes. When I'm driving, I can't see the display because it's over here, so I've got to tie it in with the front panel of the car. And little Python script does a cat interface and reads what frequency I'm on, displays it on the front panel.
That's neat. Yeah.
It ties in where the backup camera would normally go. And there's no backup camera.
And so the great debate of through the glass mounts.
It worked.
It worked fine, eh?
It worked great.
No second battery?
The car has 2 batteries.
Yes.
A 12 volt battery the size of a motorcycle.
Right.
That I can't draw anything from.
Yeah, I remember talking about that.
And the main battery, which is 400 volts.
Oh.
It's like a little more than most radios like.
Get a screwdriver and find out where the 12 volt part is?
Yeah. I was actually concerned about RFI also. Another reason for putting a QRP, 6 watts is enough. No interference or anything. There's interference into the radio if I'm on like HF or something.
Yep.
On the sideband or anything. FM, I don't notice anything. So.
But you were afraid the RF would make the car.
I was afraid if I key up. Yep. I mean, the
groundless car.
Yeah, the interface. That's the power electronics right there.
Right.
So you got 400 volts coming in over here, and it's a set of wires in the back of this thing with the voltage going down to the motor. Motor's it's about the size of a watermelon. It's sitting underneath there. And yeah, so I put 50 watts up here. Single. But if I put 50 watts of RF up here, it's mighty close.
I saw a great video. TYT has got a video about their new small radio.
Okay.
And the guy says, I'll show you how to do a mobile installation.
Oh no.
He has his kid drive in this little electric car.
Okay.
And he puts it in that. And then he puts it.
Perfect.
Puts a pizza tin under the trunk and puts the mag mount on top of that.
Perfect.
And then he drove it away like that. Too cute.
Yeah. What are you up to, Earl?
You getting competition?
Well, show my little portable setup.
Okay.
What I take to the cabin with me when I need to.
And I should just get my headlights so I can. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, this is the Elecraft KX2.
Yeah. And of course, powered up. All the goodies to go with it.
So it's how many watts? Like QRP?
I operated it at 5 watts. But
5 watts. Okay.
It'll go up to 10.
Oh, good. Okay. Just off of the the lithium, or is it?
It's a Biono powder.
It's lithium.
Iron phosphate.
Good.
And it's 12 volt at 3 amp hour.
Wow. It fits in your pocket.
Long life cycle.
Yeah. Very nice.
think I had 40 on earlier today. I wasn't hearing anything, so I put it on 20. 20's going good. I'm listening to Midwest right now.
By the price. I mean, those are both guys. Those popular radios, yeah.
I used to have this up all the time. With HF. It's just
Write down the GPS coordinates of where it was.
For the video, give us a tour.
all right. This is K6BAA's 2009 Dodge Ram truck. We have a Yaesu Fusion FTM 300 dual band, and right now I have a Yaesu FT 891 HF radio, currently operating on the Chameleon whip antenna.
Wow.
And we're currently part of a net in Ohio right now going on in the truck.
Okay.
Smaller antenna is for a digital scanner system that can scan everything in North America right now. Use that particularly for listening to Forest Service and local law enforcement.
Very nice.
Everything works while it's driving down the road.
Rigs to show? Oh, good.
This thing off so I can play with it, because we're otherwise not going up there for another couple of weeks.
So you can have overload because you got 3 radios on right now.
On the shelf. I mean, my backup setup here
14284.
is the Icon 7300 with a hex speed.
And I believe he's in Ohio.
And it does very good. But
Very clean.
It's not the same as the
Using a noise blanker right now because there's something around this church that is pretty loud.
Well, we don't really know yet because I haven't really gotten. It depends on the line of sight and all kinds of other things. Right. And so when somebody sets it up, we'll put the Fox out and we'll go to a certain distance and make sure you can still get a signal, and that's where we'll start from.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's just it's just for fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Doug, for the video, what do you got here?
Oh, so we're the radio direction finding group. Has been doing all kinds of stuff, and this is the cheapest way to get into having fun with radio direction finding. It's a HT with a little circuit board on top that's got an antenna, and this is the Fox that's transmitting somewhere out in the boonies, right? And this is you got in your hand, and you want to find it?
Oh,
You
look
can
for the
find-
you get the null. Yeah.
You can find the nulls, and that'll tell you which direction to go, so you can win the prize at the end of the day. How's that?
Excellent.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg.
Bill,
Yeah, hey, here we go. This is what we got.
let's zoom in on the camera here. Read it to us. So you got a dual band.
Dual band, it's a 5100 Icon.
Okay, and 5100 dual band HT.
D-Star.
Dual band mobile rig.
Yeah, D-Star also.
Oh, with D-Star. Very nice.
Yeah.
And what's
Something
biggest?
I got to find in Elmer. You got me working with the 74, but I haven't got this thing working right.
Ah, okay. So you got the analog part working, but not digital.
Yeah. No. My main use is to talk on the coffee break.
That'll work.
I try to get in there. I was telling Brian, I said, the last couple of times I'll check on when I leave my house about 8 o'clock, and it takes me about 45 minutes to get to work, and there's not a break in there at a time. 2 guys are talking about something that not even interested in.
So what was the biggest challenge getting the radio installed?
Well, one of the issues was because I ford this thing and stuff when I go off road. You've got to worry about water getting in the bottom. Most of these radios are mounted under the seat.
Not a good idea.
Yeah, and not if you're going to afford it. This one here, there's a roll bar here. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can put some light in there.
Hang on.
But there's the radio right there.
Oh, okay. So you go up.
It's up, yeah, and then I've got 2 speakers for the dual band to get some separation on the speakers so you
Okay.
can kind of tell what
So
it
if
is.
that gets wet, you got bigger problems.
Yeah, if it's that high up, I've really got a problem.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah,
Sometimes they don't tell you everything they update.
that is true.
They don't tell you about the bugs that they
puts into
made go away.
Yeah, that is true.
Adam, I see wires. What are you up to?
Well, so the idea is that you normally don't see any of this. So the radio bodies, here's the TYT and the Yasu's here, and then normally this is up here. Or, you know, there's another piece of metal, so you don't see any of that.
Oh, perfect.
You only see the heads.
Yeah.
And then I have the scanner tucked in the dash here. So like everything, like all you're gonna steal are the heads.
Which,
you know,
yeah.
and these, like, you're not gonna get these out in any reasonable amount of time. Like,
very nice. Nice and solid.
Oh yeah, you know, and then of course, you know, the obligatory 3D printed radio mount, you know.
Ah, yes.
So, and then these little arms right here on Amazon, they're like $5. They're the best thing ever.
Oh, the RAM mount.
The light up there. It's like a generic RAM mount.
Yeah, I love those things.
And then just standard network cable. It all goes down to the body. I have a surface mount box for the hand mics down here. You know, just plugs in, and yeah,
off you go.
So
beautiful.
That's my setup.
Nicely done.
I like that everything's hidden, you know?
Yeah.
So like all you see are the heads, and like I don't have a bunch of wires, just the hand mics. I have these right now, but yeah, it's just the hand mics. I don't got wires everywhere.
And
So-
you did the poke the hole in the roof for the antennas?
No, I haven't gone that far yet.
Oh, they're
On
mag
my next
they're mag
vehicle-
mount?
Yeah. On
Okay.
my next vehicle, I do plan on poking holes. Now that, so like this is kind of the final version of this, and I plan on buying another one when this dies. 390,000 miles.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
For a Dodge?
For yeah. 396,000 right now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna drive it till it dies. I'm gonna buy a newer one, around 100,000, 150,000 miles, and now that I know what I'm doing, I do plan on drilling.
I'm at
So-
55.
Yeah.
I got a long ways to go. Thank you.
What's up?
We got here.
Can-Am.
This is a wow. Okay. So we've got antennas going
Mobile radio is the key.
way up in the air.
Tram 1480.
Okay.
A 2 meter Kenwood and then a 2 meter 440 TYT.
Nicely mounted the dash there. They look like they know it's going to be there.
Yep.
Wow.
Excellent.
And then you could talk through your helmet on the radio.
Oh, it's all Bluetooth connected.
Actually, wire.
Wire. Okay.
So there's a boom mic and speakers in that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, a little tiny antenna there, kind of
I'm going
hiding.
to put another one on front for the other
Okay.
radio.
Okay. Very nice.
And it's got a big AMG battery so it can run the radios for a long time.
You don't drive with the antenna
No.
attached, of course.
It just goes up on the roof.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the soda vehicle.
Yeah. Well, very good. Thank you very much.
If I want a crossband or main radio crate, that's kind of what I use it for. Or like the other day.
Clyde,
Yeah.
this your rig?
Huh?
Want to be on the video?
Sure.
What do you got?
I got an Yaesu FT 7250 dual band C4 FM radio in there.
Just in between the seats there?
Yep, sitting on the console and then feeding a Larson 270 dual band antenna.
Oh, just on the lip mount, okay.
Yep.
And that's cell phone, I guess.
Well, actually, that's not a cell phone antenna.
What is it?
It's a public safety disguise antenna.
Ah, okay.
It works in a 2 meter band where you can see how heavy it is.
Yes.
Yeah, a friend of mine was a Larson rep, and he gave that to me years ago. And it'll handle several hundred watts. There is an old cell phone antenna on the other side.
That 2 meter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
I am surprised.
That frequency.
And glass mount.
Yeah, I've used it a couple of times. This one, of course, is much more efficient.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
have a cell phone antenna on the other side. The wire's really skinny because I used to have a car mount cell phone back in the day.
Yeah.
Everybody had those, so that's worked well. I got one that's straight 2 meter until I got that radio.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Thank you.
It works.
That's the main thing.
Yes, it's
Leslie?
functional.
And part of it is I had that one first, and I got the second one because all the cables and everything matched, and the controller and everything. So I did it just for simplicity. So I have two 20 amp hour instead of it'd be nice to get a bigger one someday.
That's very cool. I do a lot of overlanding, like a lot of off-grid camping and such. So I typically run everything off the truck and backfeed with 200 watt panels or 200 watt.
Do you put them on the? Do you put a panel on top? And
it depends on where it depends on where I'm camping, right?
Okay.
To try to maximize it, but like I'll bring out my air be cooler because I'm lazy. I don't like ice.
Yeah,
I love
it.
do that.
That's
the
great.
radios and all that good stuff. And
very cool.
It does all right, but I've been been wanting to get something like that.
Yeah. And the only reason it's in here, right? It gives me, all these other ports just easy in the power, but obviously it's just a power pole. You just pull it out and connect it up. I know you got a really nice Bioenno battery. And
so this is for the video. This is your soda setup, or what?
So what this was, I was kind of playing around with is on Android. There's this app called Wode, which is it's WinLink on an Android device, and so you can actually get it. It's one of the choices from winlink.org. And one of the things I was playing around with was so because it's on this Android device, it's going Bluetooth to this Mobile Link D TNC3 back here.
Oh.
And so I'm just I'm able to walk around. So I was thinking like something like Western States. I could maybe be a little bit more mobile and still be able to use like the race tracker form or send WinLink. It also works with APRS Droid. So it's kind of cool. And this is just I was having some fun with this. I know this antenna is kind of awkward to walk around with. So you can throw another antenna on it. It's not a big deal. Or this also, I have an ICOM 7100 and it has just a different cable, but it works with the digital port on that. So it works with that too. And one of the things I was just mentioning is that when I first tried to do it, it wasn't working with custom forms. It was only using standard forms. So you could get all the Aries forms and all the other stuff that's out there.
Western States has a custom form though.
Right, they have the race tracker form. Yeah. So what was great about it was I submitted a support ticket, and I waited a while, and I got a message back, sorry, we weren't able to reproduce it. And so I sent him more information about my steps, and he said, cool, I've reproduced it, I'm going to get on it. The next day he sent me a patch update and said, can you test it for me? So I've been testing it with him, and now we've got it so that the race tracker will load. It'll write data to my phone. I can retrieve data from my phone. What is still the last problem we're having is when I go to submit it, it's having a problem with this form, and he said, I'm committed to working with you on it. So what we were talking about, I thought would be kind of cool is, sometimes it's hard to reconcile like the ins and outs runners. You might be able to have somebody with one of these and maybe even do something peer-to-peer or Bluetooth to kind of a central location and do the reconcile and then transmit from the bigger, system or something like that. Or I wasn't sure. It was just kind of fun to play with. But anyway, it was kind of mobile WinLink on an Android with a Bluetooth device.
Excellent. Thank you. So for the video, what do we got here?
That's Greg's. Not Greg, Mike's.
Mike's. Okay.
MSL or MRP.
N6 MRP.
N6 MRP. Yeah.
Says grab and go station.
Well, I'll send you a thing. I think I'm going to.
So Mike is off other places right now, but nicely set up here.
Yeah.
I guess you're up next.
I'm demonstrating my soda station.
Okay. Walking off and.
This is my soda rig. Everything fits in the backpack without the trekking poles. It's 10.4 pounds.
Oh, you got the antenna back here. Okay.
Yep, that's the antenna. It's a quarter wave ground plane with a 16 amp hour battery and a 857D.
Lithium iron phosphate. That is the way to go.
Yep. I think that one's 3.8 pounds. So
God.
It's pretty much 40% of the total weight of the pack.
And the rig is which?
That's the 857D.
857D.
Yeah.
Now that's the one you use on Western States?
No, I use the 8900,
okay,
which is in the truck.
Okay.
So I use that one.
Aha.
So the 8900, and so then I just pull the head off, and the main unit's underneath the passenger seat.
Okay.
And I have it all set up now where it's just all Anderson power poles. Just click, 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 and take it out and stick it on the.
Very nice, and just a mag mount on top.
Just a mag mount, yeah.
Very nice. Excellent. Thank you.
No problem.
What do we got?
Just a 300.
Which isn't to say that they don't.
We're on the other side.
What's that?
I like the mount.
Yeah, they have a few different things that work pretty good. I did a roof mount. Put the roof mount in, and then the mount itself had a short in it, so I ended up having to yank it out and do it all over. Right? You just press on it. It made me crazy trying to figure it out. It worked for like half an hour, and then all of a sudden it wasn't working anymore. Came out very clean.
So what kind of challenge do you have getting that all hooked up?
The biggest challenge, like I said, was I bought I bought for this roof mount, antenna mount from Dawn the other day, or last week, and I put it in, got everything working, worked for about half an hour, and then all of a sudden I realized my transmit wasn't working anymore, and I checked my PL259 with continuity tester, and it was shorting. But it wasn't shorting all the time, it was very intermittent. As I messed with the antenna, I tracked it down up there, and I still couldn't figure it out. Finally, I pulled it all out, was able to get it out enough, and if I just pressed on the mount itself, there's a short inside that, and there's no way to get to it. So I cut that, I went and bought another one, cut that one off and used it to fish through because I wasn't pulling that headliner down again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But anyway, that was the biggest challenge, but everything, I just tried to make it clean.
Did a very good job.
All right,
thank you. This yours, Orson?
It's mine.
What do you got?
FTM 300 in the cab.
Okay.
And then some soda stuff out here.
I'm back to
I just put my homemade 2-meter antenna away.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
These slide down. It's a homemade dipole. These flip up.
Okay.
These get tight.
Oh, dual band with double element. I like that design.
And then these come off and they can go in this tube for traveling.
Okay.
Ta-da!
So it's the same length for both
Same
bands
length
then?
on both sides.
Okay. Very interesting. Your own design?
No.
No.
I got it off YouTube.
Okay.
You can learn everything on YouTube.
Everything good happens on YouTube. Very good. Okay.
Hello, Greg.
This yours?
It is. We have an evolution of antennas. The first antenna did not. I don't know what it is. It's
a generic. Yeah.
And then a couple decibels of gain on that one. Larson.
Yeah.
And then this was a gift from Herb.
Okay, so this
Super
is,
gainer.
Yeah, which is a lip mount.
Yep. Lip
and
mount.
It's got all kinds of little PC parts going up there.
Yep, the specs are, I don't know what it says on there. It's 5 decibels of gain, dBi, and 7.7 dBi, 70 centimeter. So
okay.
Substantial.
And then this rig isn't in the, it's got a separate rig in the car.
It is when I do mobile events or when I'm traveling.
That goes in the car?
Yeah, but typically I have an ID 5100, which is in there. You can take a look at.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and that has a Bluetooth, if I may. Bluetooth microphone and speaker here.
Oh, right. Okay, so you don't need to be connected to the car at all.
Right. So the head unit's in the front, and this is in the front, and the unit's actually in the rear in the trunk.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, John, KR6MR. My vehicle is equipped with repeater capabilities on all of the bands from 10 meters all the way up to 23 centimeters. Also digital on 3 bands. 1 microphone with an earpiece on 1 ear only. And I do have monitor speakers for the specific radios. But it's a clean install. It looks almost identical to what you'll see in any police or fire vehicle.
Sure.
So, yeah. Take a peek in there?
Yeah. See if we can see it in the dark here.
There we go.
Yeah, it kind of works. Okay.
Okay, half of the radios are remote mounted in the back of the truck.
Very nice. So how do you remember which radio is doing what?
I remember, radios 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. That's
Okay.
what I have hooked up out of the total of 8 possible radios that can be hooked up to the interface.
Very nice. And you got an antenna farm to match.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Gorgeous. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Car with an antenna on it.
Yeah, car with an antenna on it.
I'm guessing it's a radio on the other end of the antenna.
Yeah, well, anyway, once it gets inside the car, it does go behind all the molding and hold to the radio, which is a FTM, what's it? It's 7225B, which is anyway, and it does have a speaker on the other side behind my head.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So I had the same arrangement with the radio on the side of the console. I can't read it from there.
Well, I had that trouble to begin with, but I moved it up where I could see it.
Okay.
Before, when I first put it in, the gear shift knob was
It's
right where the
right in the way.
display
Yeah.
was. So I had to make an adjustment to that. Yes.
Very good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Wonderful.
Where I'm at right now, even on the 2 meter, using just the bow, I can't get your guys' tower here.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of shadows for that when you get that far. Actually, for this break, this setup is mainly for, I've got into a thing called Parks on the Air.
That's what I want to get into. Yeah.
And with this setup and the vertical, I've talked to people. I don't know if I've gotten all 50 states, but I've gotten close to them. I've got, as an activator, I've done over almost 700 contacts.
Really?
With this radio here, and with come out here, and that antenna. That's all I use.
Oh, see, that's another one.
Portable setup.
So Gary, what antenna is it?
Pardon?
What kind of antenna?
I started out with a super antenna, if you're familiar with that one. You know, you got the slider coil and a 40-inch whip on the top, and you adjust that, you know, infinitely adjustable.
And you spend infinite time adjusting.
Yeah, and then, but you could, you know, infinitely adjustable for any band. Then I started learning about them, and found a lot of people were replacing that 40-inch whip with a 102-inch CB whip, and I tried that because I had one laying around. And man, it made all the difference. All of a sudden, I had a lot more bandwidth. I was getting out better. Then I tried doing my own elevated ground radials, and I got to the point where, I mean, I can get, you know, like all the way across 20 meters, SWR 1.2 to 1 or better.
So that's 120, 102 inch.
That antenna there, that's 17 feet.
Wow.
Now, logically, 20 meters is like 16 and a half feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found when I just extend it out all the way and I hook up my analyzer, it comes up, it's like 1.2 to 1. So I don't even mess with, I don't even check it anymore. I just extend it all the way and set it up.
You just know where it's going to land.
And like I said, with that antenna sitting on the ground in the valley floor, I talk coast to coast. No
you got
problem.
it extended halfway to the moon, looks like.
I haven't got.
You haven't left the.
I haven't gotten with this setup here. Well, most of the people. I've talked to Puerto Rico, Hawaii, and Costa Rica. That's.
Those are the extent.
Yeah, those are the. But then all over the United States. I mean, that's just like I said. That's just. It's not even up in the air high. It's just, you know. So you don't necessarily need to start out with an 80-foot tower with a Yagi on top to get started.
The secret are the ground wires.
The secret is the ground wire, really?
that's really you got to have a good ground plane.
And other thing I learned, most people just lay them on the ground, and you need lots of radials when you do it that way.
But this way,
when you elevate it, not only do you need less, but I'm thinking there's less of a trip hazard because they're up where you can see them and not get your feet tangled in them.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot easier to do it with just two. And that, like I said, I mean, I could do more. But
is there a directionality to that?
Pardon?
Is there directionality to it? Does it?
It's supposed to be in the direction of the two ground radials. So what I do is, I mean, it'll be,
It's a broadside to that, or is it?
In line.
Okay.
I try to set it up so that one of these is pointed to the east, so that because most of the people I'm talking to are on the East Coast.
Okay. Very good.
And you know, you could, if I added more ground radials, that would give me, a little wider.
This gives you gain than this way.
Well, yeah, it's more concentrated. I don't know.
Yeah. That's gain.
Yeah.
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 Very good. Thank you.
Thing is, I've been happy with it the way it works, so I stopped messing with that. It works real well, and I can set it up and tear it down in just a few minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. It looks like it's an easy setup.
Thank you. What do we got?
Well,
the shoe?
I come 5100.
In there somewhere.
In the
it's behind the seat.
The box is here. This is actually a metal enclosure.
Oh, so it's the cover for the trunk. Okay.
I made the mistake of sticking it on there with 5 of these magnets, and I can't. They're 65 pounds a piece, and I saw somebody else's design.
You just went click, and that was the last.
That was it.
That's
it stuck there. The speaker is same thing on magnets over here.
Very nice.
The wires are all run to the front.
Okay, and then the antenna
is on the hood.
On the way back in front. Oh, okay.
Here I kind of
with the lip mount.
Was looking for something. I don't even know if that's metal. I think it might be plastic.
Well, I know my car's plastic, but
it doesn't sound like metal.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway,
very nice.
It works. The radio head is.
It's up on the dash.
Up on the dash, or I can unplug it and put it back on the side. This got two magnets.
More magnets.
On the
okay.
back. So I have extra cables. So I can stick it in there, connect it. I've got spare cables up there and plug it in, the microphone. And,
okay. Oh yeah, it's got a cable there. Very nice.
Microphone is RJ45 and RJ11 for the other one, so I ran my own cables to the front. The Icom provided ones I think were just a tad short.
Yeah, they're always a little bit short.
But it works.
Very nice.
I don't think I'll ever get the radio off.
So I usually ask people, what's your biggest challenge in putting this together? It's not putting it together, it's taking it apart.
Yeah, I'm never going to get that off.
That's okay. It's in the right place. Leave it there.
It works.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. And Brian's got his hydraulic contraption here. Pneumatic mount with 12-volt DC rotator. So he was demonstrating this earlier. From down here we can rotate. There's a rotator motor up in the air, and above that, at the very top, is a compass, magnetic compass. So it knows which way north is. You don't even tell it. Very nice.